This is the Samsung M7500 Night Effect. As you can see, it's a fairly plain looking black phone. On the back we've got an Armani logo, and on the front it says Emporio Armani. It says it on the side as well. It's plain but quite smart looking. It's very well built, it feels quite solid. There are no squeaks when you rattle it. All the cases fit on properly. It is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, as you'll probably tell. It just picks up fingerprints very easily, especially the shiny glass. Let's power it on and see what it does. The Night Effect comes with a pretty comprehensive music player. We bring up the menu once we've unlocked the phone, annoyingly. Music plays quite loudly and it's also very clear. There are a number of different visualizations available. And you can also change the sound effects. So this is really for playing back different types of music. You can plug a standard 3.5mm audio jack into it, which is good, so you can use it with your standard headsets. And there's a wide headset that's included in the box as well. External media controls are handy. All in all, it's a very good music player, and certainly quite loud and very clear. The Night Effect gets its name, we think, primarily from its lighting effects, and these are especially apparent when the phone is ringing. We'll give it a test now. This is under quite bright lighting conditions, so it's not ideal. You can see that the phone lights up quite brightly and it's also very loud, but for the full effect we really need to make it a little bit darker. Now it's very dark. And you can see just how bright and loud this phone is. So if you were out night clubbing, for example, you would find that to be very difficult to ignore. And it's certainly one of the best in class for loudness and brightness. As with most modern phones, this comes with a pretty good web browser. Try and find one that we saved earlier. It's using the NetFront browser. It's not the latest browser that we've seen, and it's got a few little annoying quirks with it. Most modern browsers that we've come across recently come with a little virtual mouse pointer, but this one is a little bit more basic. But it renders the page very well. You do notice that you're on just a QVGA display, and truth be said, it's not the fastest thing that we've seen at scrolling. No Wi-Fi connection on this. 3.5G is the best that you're going to get. So it's certainly possible to look at web pages on here. We can change the page size a little bit. We have to say It makes it a little bit easier to use, but it's not the best web browser that we've come across. But for most users, it's certainly going to be good enough. Different page sizes and different sites render differently. So this is a familiar site to many people in the UK, is the BBC Mobile site. And that renders just fine. The screen is very clear and bright. It's not a TFT display, this is an OLED display, and you will notice that the colours maybe aren't quite what you expect, but it is brighter than most displays that we have seen, and apparently it does draw less power as well. And we've noticed that the power drain on this is not so bad. So web browsing is okay. Of course, there's also a camera on it. Scroll through this menu again. The menu does get a little bit annoying, as we've said occasionally. And it's a fairly typical camera. It's a 3 megapixel camera, and maybe not the best camera we've come across, but it certainly seems to work. The video recording on it, I have to say, is not very good at all. If we turn on the video recording, you can see this is really low resolution stuff. It's not even much good for putting back on YouTube. It's 176 by 144 pixels, and that is it. That is your entire choice. So quite good for photography, not so good when it comes to taking video clips. So overall, it's quite a nice phone. It looks nice, it's very well built, the music player is excellent, the lighting effects are a lot of fun, the screen is bright, the web browser is okay, stills photos are quite good. You wouldn't want to use the video clips for much else. And as we saw in the earlier unboxing video, it comes in a very nice case, very large case. As you can see, you probably wouldn't want to carry this around with you. It does come inside. Oops, just done it up there. It does come inside with a little smaller carrying case where you can put all of your cables, and there are quite a lot of accessories with this. So we've got cards, wired headsets, USB cables, we've got an adapter so you can put your micro SD card into a standard card reader. That's another part of the headset. And we have a charger here. The charger is notable because it uses one of these strange sort of mini USB type connectors, and if there's one thing we didn't like about the phone, it's actually trying to put in the charger. Not as easy as some, but we have seen worse. And there you have it. So if you're looking for a phone, well, if you're looking for a phone to use in a nightclub, this is absolutely ideal. If you're looking for a phone that's practical, good looking and fun, then we'd go for this as well. Of course, there are a lot of other phones on the market. There are phones that have got better cameras, certainly. There are phones with larger screens. There are phones that don't feature this annoyingly flat keypad. But if you were to be given one of these as a gift, for example, or if you wanted to buy one for somebody else, or if you really just wanted a phone that was a little bit different from the standard phones on the market, then the Armani Night Effect we think comes highly recommended.